Love yourself a little extra right now. You're doing things no one else sees, handling things that no one else understands. God sees you. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Let me talk to you for a moment. You know, there are seasons in life when you carry more than you speak about. You fight battles no one knows you're fighting. You wipe your own tears and keep going. You show up for people while silently wondering who is showing up for you. And sometimes the weight doesn't come from one big crisis. Sometimes it's the accumulation of 100 small burdens you've been pushing through for weeks, months, or even years. And right now, in this season, you need to love yourself a little extra. Life has a way of convincing you that you're only valuable when you're productive, when you're strong, when you're perfect, when you're holding it all together. But that's not how God sees you. God sees you as valuable because you exist. He sees you as beloved because He made you. He sees you as worthy because He placed His breath inside of you. And the truth is, God is not impressed by your ability to survive. He's moved by your willingness to trust Him. You're doing things that nobody sees, but God sees them. He sees the late night prayers. He sees the quiet sacrifice. He sees the moments you bite your tongue instead of lashing out. He sees the times you show patience when you want to explode. He sees the choices you make every day to be better, grow deeper, and rise above what tried to break you. The world may never applaud you for those things, but heaven sees them, and heaven keeps count. You're carrying things nobody else understands. You're walking through storms you never signed up for. You're leading, loving, providing, praying, showing up, even with empty hands. And sometimes you're so busy taking care of everybody else that you forget God created you with the same need for compassion, rest, and mercy that you show to others. So hear me. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Speak gently to yourself and extend grace to yourself. Now, some of you extend oceans of grace to others, but give yourself a teaspoon. Some of you forgive everyone else's mistakes, yet punish yourself for your own. Some of you encourage others, but talk to yourself like an enemy. You need to let God teach you what mercy toward yourself looks like. God said, love your neighbor as yourself. But many people skip the as yourself part. You cannot pour out what you never receive. You cannot give love from an empty heart. You cannot lift people if you're sinking inside. You need to love yourself, not with pride, not with ego, but with the same compassion God uses toward you. Think of how Jesus treated the broken, the tired, the discouraged, the overwhelmed. He didn't push them harder. He didn't shame them. He didn't say, you should be stronger by now. He sat with them. He restored them. He fed them. He healed them. He reminded them who they were. That's how He wants you to treat yourself. Some of you are exhausted because you're trying to live like you're self-sustaining, but you're not. You're human. You're flesh and bone. You're spirit and soul. You were never built to run on empty. And God is not asking you to be a superhero. He's asking you to be His child. So today, give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself permission to heal. Give yourself permission to feel what you feel without guilt. Give yourself permission to say, I need help. Give yourself permission to slow down long enough to hear God whisper your name. You're not failing. You're human. You're not weak. You're rebuilding. You're not lost. You're learning. You're not behind. You're being prepared. And God sees the whole picture. He sees your effort when no one applauds it. He sees your tears before they fall. He sees your heart when it's overwhelmed. He sees your battles when you've smiled through them. Psalm 34 verse 18 says, The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. That means He's close to you right now, closer than your breath, closer than your pulse. And Isaiah 40 verse 29 says, He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Not to the strong, not to the perfect, the weary, the tired, the ones who feel like they've been carrying too much for too long. That's who He pours His strength into. So, if you're worn out today, you're not disqualified. You're the very one He's reaching for. Let me tell you something powerful. You don't have to pretend to be okay for God to work in your life. He doesn't bless your mask. He blesses your honesty. He doesn't strengthen the facade. He strengthens your heart. So, if you need a moment, take it. If you need a deep breath, take it. If you need to rest, rest. And if you need to talk to God, talk to Him. You're not a machine. You're not a robot. You are a child of God. And God is saying, I see you. I know what you're carrying. I know what you've been afraid to say aloud. I know how hard you're trying. Treat yourself with the kindness I give you. So love yourself a little extra right now. Give yourself the compassion you've been giving the world. Take care of yourself because you're fragile and because you're valuable. Be kind to yourself, not because you deserve it based on performance, but because God calls you worthy based on His love. You're doing better than you think. You are growing more than you see. You are further along than you feel. And God, your Father, well, He sees it all. Take heart. Slow down. Breathe. Rest in His love. And remind yourself, if God sees me, if God is with me, if God strengthens me, then I am not alone. I am not forgotten, and I am not done. Truth. God bless you, my friends.